Good morning, and welcome to Griffin Middle Information Technology Prep School. I am Gwendolyn Lynn, and I'm the proud principal of this awesome campus. I'd like to first give honor to our distinguished platform guests, our parents, our students, and visiting friends. We are going to now commence the ribbon cutting ceremony for Griffin Middle Information Technology Prep School. Griffin was founded as a private boarding school owned by the Primitive Baptist Church of Florida. It was originally named Griffin Normal and Industrial Institute in honor of the Reverend Henry Griffin, who served as the pastor of the Primitive Baptist Church in the state of Florida. The facility was originally and initially constructed in 1920, with additional buildings added in 1926 after the facility was destroyed by fire. The Leon County Board of Instruction assumed partial responsibility for the campus, and changes were made in the curriculum and the grade offerings. In 1934, this school was a 1 through 12 school, grades 1 through 12. In 1954, the original construction of the Griffin campus was under pursuit, being completed in 1955. In 1955, full responsibility for this campus was given over to the Leon County Public Schools. And with a number of transitions from 1st through 12th grade, and then from 1st through 8th grade, for 2 years, 9th grade was added. And for 3 years, this was a senior high school having students in grades 10 through 12. We are now at the point where this is a middle school, which was acclaimed in 1970 through the present as Griffin Middle School. In 2008, the Florida Department of Education designated Griffin as an information technology magnet school. And with that designation, Griffin has received much enhancement to the physical plant as well as to curricular offerings. The school is rich in tradition, and we should continue to pursue educational excellence by enhancing our academics through the use of technology. At this time, I'd like to recognize those that have joined me at the rostrum, and I would like for us to give them a warm welcome, and we will hear remarks from them. Ms. Joy Bowen, our school board member. Mr. Jackie Pond, superintendent of schools. Mr. Marvin Henderson, our deputy superintendent of schools. Mrs. Maggie Lewis Butler, school board member. Also, we have those that have served as principal whose shoulders I have stood on. And I'm very proud to say that I was administered through each of our previous principals. First, I'd like to recognize Mr. Henry Murphy, who saw the potential and gave me a chance as a beginning teacher. Followed by Mr. Larry Carmichael, who also was my administrator. Dr. Michelle Gale was the principal when I went into the leadership program and saw me through the final stages of my administrative changes. And I'm going to tell you, I'm very proud because I went to Griffin as an elementary school child from grades 1 through 3. So this is a really major accomplishment for me. I'd also like to recognize Dr. Jackson, who is the Director of Intervention Services. I'd also like to recognize Mr. Scotty Crow, Administrator at the district level, Dr. Randy Pridgeon, I'd like to recognize, there are several others that I'd like to recognize. I'd like to recognize the feeder principals that are here for students coming into Griffin. Thank you so much for coming, for your being here. Mr. Seibert, my colleague, Ms. Melissa Fulmore, a colleague, Ms. Shelley Bell, one of the colleagues here, and also Mr. Desmond Colt. Thank you so very much. At this time, we're going to ask our chorus to render a selection that they've prepared for us. Our chorus is under the leadership of our choral director, Mr. Hilliard. Thank you, Griffin Chorus and Mr. Hilliard. There are a couple of other people that I'd like to recognize at this time. We do have Dr. Rogers, Director of Intervention Service, Mr. Paul Bird, Associate Superintendent for Building and Construction, Dr. Wills, Assistant Superintendent, and also Mr. Hildebrandt, one of our directors in the district. Also, a colleague, Ms. Ann Johnson, is in the audience with us. We'd like to ask now everyone to stand who took part in the construction of Griffin Middle School. A dynamic partnership was forged here at Griffin, and to see two companies come together for the good of our community was an awesome experience for me. The teamwork, the collaboration, the intent on detail, and the commitment to Leon County School Board was tremendous. I'd like to recognize DAG Architects, Childers Construction, and Culpeper Construction. And we have a former senator in our midst, Senator Clary. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us in this project. I will say that These walls will stand, and we will forever know that we had a part in what has happened in this community for such a historic event. At this time, we're going to ask Mr. Jackie Pons, our Superintendent of Schools, to come up and share words of greetings.
Thank you, Ms. Lynn, and thank you for the job you're doing here at Griffin Middle School. There's a lot of history right up here with former leaders, former principals, assistant principals, leaders not only here at Griffin, but leaders in the Leon County school system. Let's give all these individuals one more round of applause. I thought about on the way over here a couple of things that I wanted to acknowledge before we get started. This was a federally funded project. And when you have these projects that you go after federal funds, there are timelines that are involved. And we had to meet a certain number of timelines in order to complete these projects. And what we did, we brought two of our outstanding local contractors, Childers Construction and Culpeper, together. And they worked together to make sure that we met these timelines and were able to complete this project on time. So let's give them both a big round of applause. Today it's a little overcast, but I couldn't help but saying that I feel like the sun is shining brightly on Griffin Middle School. There's probably not a school in our community that has as much history as Griffin Middle School. And if you look back all the way back to the history of how the land was given to the school board in order to have a school here, and the number of leaders that have come through this school and the outstanding students, I know it makes us feel all proud, very proud of this day. I couldn't help but think of a story that happened about 4 to 5 years ago when I was elected, and our school board chair then, Miss Joy Bowen, asked me to take a ride, and Mr. Bird and I went out, and I did exactly what she asked me to do. She said to walk through Griffin and to walk through Riley Elementary and see how you feel about the schools, how they look. And the schools were kept up, they looked good. And then I started studying the history, and it had been up back to 1988 since we did major renovations at Griffin Middle School. And I just felt like we could do better than what we were doing. So after I met with Miss Bowen and I went out and looked at the school and got with our school board, we secured $10 million. $6 million went into Riley, $4 million went into Griffin. And now if you drive down this Tharp Street corridor, you have two of the finest schools in the entire state of Florida, and I'm proud of both of them, Griffin and Riley. But this could not have happened without the leadership of our school board and without the vision of the school board member from this district, Miss Joy Bowen. So let's give Miss Bowen, Miss Maggie Lewis Butler, a big hand for their leadership. Again, to all the stakeholders of this community, today is a proud day for all of us. The message should be out in the community. When you look at this feeder pattern, Riley, Griffin, Godby, these are three outstanding schools. They have a great leadership with the administrative team, some of the best teachers in the state of Florida, and some of the best students. So today, as superintendent of schools, I just want to let everybody know how proud I am of this school, of this feeder pattern, and to let you know that we're not finished yet. We've still got work to do. We've still got facilities to build. We've still got new schools to build. And no matter what this legislature's doing, we're not going to stop. We're going to keep moving with the funding that we can secure and keep this school system one of the highest performing in the state. Thank you for all being here, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Mr. Pons. I would not be able to do the things I've been able to do without a supportive administrative team. I would not leave out introducing them. We have Mr. Darren Wallace, Assistant Principal of Administration, Ms. Vivian Cooley, Assistant Principal of Curriculum, Mr. Latoya Montgomery, Information Technology Coordinator, We have Mrs. King Jefferson, guidance counselor, and Mrs. Demps, reading coach. I'd also like to acknowledge the parents and the support that you bring to our school, and I'd like for you to stand just for a moment where you are. Parents of Griffin Middle School students, please stand. There are a number of business partners and community members that are here. If you are a business partner for Griffin Middle School or a community member, please stand. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Lynn. Good morning, friends and neighbors. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. I'm so glad you're my neighbor. Thank you. I sincerely thank you, Ms. Lynn, for the opportunity just to stand and say thank you to the outstanding superintendent, Jackie Pons, my colleagues on the school board, the administration of this school, the superintendent's staff, friends and neighbors, everyone that worked hand in glove to make this event, this occasion, this edifice, this renovation be what it is today. It is past time, past due, but it's right on time. Don't you think so? I do too. It is my desire that years from now, when people pass by and see this beautiful building, that they will probably think what I thought when I saw the old building. I wonder what went on in there. I wonder who made the decisions about what would go on. And isn't it a beautiful thing that they've done? I hope that as the programs have been lost, you will no longer know who will have spoken. History will not even show who was here today. But I hope that somebody will see and feel that learning is taking place in this building. We are so proud to be the school board representative representing this district. We have good people in this community. Our students are so deserving of this and even more. And to have a superintendent who recognizes that. And I say to Jackie Pons, your mama did a good job with you. I say that to him all the time. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. He is a good person. And you know, when you have people who care about people just because he's a good person and they're good people, you're going to see many more outstanding renovations like this. And so I thank you, but I want to close with the words of, I think it might have been Abraham Lincoln. The world will little note, nor remember what we say here, but it will never forget what we do here. We have done a good thing and a right thing today. Thank you all. I'm proud to serve. Thank you.
We're going to ask Ms. Magalewis for greetings. Mrs. Magalewis Butler.
Thank you, Ms. Lynn. Good morning. Good morning. This is awesome. A great day, and it's an honor and a privilege to be back here on this campus because as a former teacher here in 1968, I have the privilege, God has given me this great blessing, 2011, to stand before you. I taught school here at this school 2 years, 67, 68. 2 years, 1967 and 68, before moving on to Bellevue. This facility is so different. It is beautiful, it is enhanced. And because of this great facility that the superintendent, school board, the staff, and everyone saw fit to give their time and our monies, our tax monies, to make very sure that we have a great facility in this area where students can learn. We have much great learning taking place in this facility. We have a new technology area in this school. This school is so advanced because of our leader principal, Mrs. Lynn. Miss Lynn has done an excellent job at this school. And it's because of the staff, the teachers, the parents, and the students. They all come to this school every day looking to learn. And when they get to this school, they see a great facility, but they know they're going to get a good education. That is so important today, to get a quality education in any facility. So I thank the superintendent, I thank the parents and all of the staff, and especially the people who took the time to build these facilities. I thank you as well. Because without your foresight and your time and your effort, we would not have this great facility. And I said to the students of this school, to the teachers of this school, continue to work hard and enjoy this great facility on Alabama Street. Congratulations and thank everyone.
We're fortunate to be home to 545 wonderful middle schoolers. We refer to them as adolescents. And during that time, you find the transition where our children are moving from childhood to young adulthood. And we have a wonderful group of those students. I'd like to bring before you our student government president, Kenise Glenn, to share words of greetings from a student's perspective. Kenise?
Good morning, Superintendent Pons, Principal Lynn, Leon County School Board, GMS faculty and staff, family, and friends. Welcome to the ribbon cutting ceremony for Griffin Information Technology Magnet Prep School. My name is Kenise Glenn, and I am the 2011 and 2012 Student Government Association President. I want to thank Ms. Lynn and the Griffin administration for giving me the opportunity to speak and tell what being a student at Griffin means to me. I have been a student at Griffin for the past 3 years and have seen a tremendous growth in student population and participation. Have the new facility and technology have not only enhanced student learning, but it has increased students' pride. Working with technology such as the active expressions and the Promethean boards has increased the interest in learning with many of our students. I can honestly say that the students have more school pride than they have ever had before. For myself, I am more motivated because the interactive learning with technology has made learning more fun. Griffin is preparing the students of today for the future of tomorrow. I thank Superintendent Pons, the Leon County School Board, and Ms. Lynn for all their hard work and dedication in making sure that Griffin students receive only the best and nothing but the best. The drive she has helps me to continue to strive and aim for the success. I have always been glad to be a Griffin Tiger, but now I can say that I am extremely proud to be a Griffin Tiger. Thank you.
These are my babies, and I'm really proud of them. I'd like for you to acknowledge our student government, students that are here. Student government, raise your hand. These are representatives in our student government. And I will tell you that they are wonderful, but when these cameras and things get in front of them and they start looking at groups, they get just a little bit nervous. So thank you very much. Mr. Christopher Gibson is our parent liaison, and he works very well with our business partners, mentors, and volunteers. I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Gibson. And you will now hear a selection from our band. Immediately following the selection from our band, we're going to ask those that have taken part in this tremendous facelift and transformation of our campus to join me on the steps for the ribbon cutting. Thank you. Mr. Singleton.
Board member privilege.
I'm sorry, Mr. Singleton.
I'm so sorry. I really am not trying to be rude. Board member privilege. Behind every child, usually there's a great parent. The parent of the principal is here today in the person of her mother. I really think I need to ask her to stand so that we can recognize her.
I really did want to acknowledge my mother, but I said, no, I'm not going to do that. So thank you, Mom, for being here. Mr. Singleton. time, if you're so inclined to stay with us for a while and have a tour, shortly following that, we have a reception and refreshments upstairs in one of our laboratories. You're welcome to join us. Thank you so very much.